This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Time check for you, 12 hours 1. My name is Amrita Koshal, and it is now time for your main newscast. ExxonMobil to determine own standards for 3.7 million barrels of offshore discharges daily for 20 years, as Guyana still to set its own rules 6 years later. If the government approves ExxonMobil's $9 billion Yellowtail development in the Stabroek Block, the oil giant has disclosed that Guyana can expect to see several waste products being discharged into its waters. Since Guyana is still to set its own rules to govern how ExxonMobil will discard its oil wastes, Exxon will have the privilege of outlining what those parameters would be. According to the Environmental Impact Assessment, Yellowtail is expected to have several potential discharges which include cement, produced water, and ballast water. Based on the conservative estimates cited in the project document, Kaieteur noted that these discharges will total no less than 3.7 million barrels on a daily basis over the 20-year lifespan of the project. Exxon was keen to note that since Guyana has no specific legislation or regulation governing the foregoing oil wastes, it has moved ahead with putting together a collage of standards it selected from across the world, which would be considered for inclusion in its environmental permit for the project. It assured that the citizenry ought not to worry since the standards it selected are in keeping with international best practices. Exxon's ramped up production a reckless chase after money, according to environmentalists. In recent days, reports have surfaced of ExxonMobil bragging of its ability to safely produce more oil resources than the prescribed safety limit in the Liza 1 development. These reports have attracted the attention of several environmentalists, including Ms. Simone Mangle-Joly, who believes that the ramped-up production rates are a reckless chase after money. She explained that each time a new FPSO vessel is welcomed to Guyana, it also brings along tons of toxic waste that is discharged into the waters, thereby impacting our fish and other marine species. Not only this, but a tremendous amount of waste is being brought to shore for treatment and disposal, Mangle added. The environmentalist was keen to note that the risks are not only limited to an oil spill, but the dangers extend way beyond such an event. Mangle also questioned the logic behind the development that has negatively impacted the lives of fishermen and their customers. Rescind mining agreement and apologize to indigenous people, according to Caribbean human rights lawyer. The controversy over the government's recent signing of an agreement with a Canada-based gold company without consultations with the indigenous people, who are the traditional owners of the land in Marudi, has attracted the attention of Caribbean human rights lawyer Malene Allen. Allen believes that the incumbent administration should not only apologize to the locals, but rescind the contract until the required processes are followed. She was keen to note that under intentional human rights laws, indigenous people have a right to free, prior, and informed consultations and consent. In fact, she noted that information should have been shared with the landowners pertaining to environmental and health risks. Additionally, Allen pointed out that another requirement is that these consultations must be in good faith with the objective of reaching an agreement which must be in accordance with the Wapishana people's own traditions. As a matter of fact, she said that the consultations of such nature must take place at the early stages of the proposal. $32 million roadworks at Tushin crumbles months after completion. Some 8 months after undergoing repairs to the tune of $32 million, the Tushin New Housing Scheme's main access road is in a state of deterioration. This state of affairs was highlighted by some residents by way of a letter which was published in the Sunday edition of this newspaper. They noted that some parts of the road, especially the area where the Tushin police outpost is located, are in a deplorable state, which severely affects road users, mainly motorists who traverse the area. The residents said that there are huge potholes, pools of water, and mud. We have since learned that the contractor responsible for the roadworks is Fawaz Bacchus Construction. According to previous reports, some $185 million in contracts were granted for roadworks in the Tushin area. Meanwhile, Minister Indar said that his ministry is aware of the complaints and that an investigation has since been launched into the reports. Time check for you, 12 hours 7. We will be back with more news shortly after the break.
Survival Supermarket's Customer Appreciation Day sale is happening on December the 2nd from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at our Sheriff Street and Vlasingen Road locations. All customers will earn a big 10% discount throughout the supermarkets, excluding tobacco and alcohol products. An event you don't want to miss. It's Survival's 13th Customer Appreciation Anniversary Day sale on December the 2nd. All customers will earn a big 10% discount. Shop Price Smart at Survival.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues. Immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
My name is Amrita Koshal, and this is your main newscast in detail. Interim financial officer appointed to clear GCOM's debt. An interim officer has been appointed to carry out the financial functions of GCOM, which includes clearing the outstanding debt the Commission owes for rental of buildings. It is understood that the interim officer was appointed by the Ministry of Finance in lieu of the Chief Election Officer. The post has been empty since the dismissal of the former CEO, Keith Lowenfield, since last August. We were told that the interim officer has been paying the bills and settling the debts the Commission has outstanding, even as the Commission winds down its search for someone to fill that vacancy. Last September, we reported that the absence of key staff members could see GCOM grinding to a halt. It was reported that the staff deficiency at GCOM had essentially brought the work at the Commission to a standstill. In other news, we now tell you there has been a recent proliferation of fake drugs and medical devices infiltrating the domestic market, according to a recent warning by the Government Analyst Food and Drugs Department. The state agency's director, Dr. Marlon Cole, via a public missive yesterday, advised consumers to exercise caution and be very alert when purchasing articles of cosmetic, medical device, and medicines during the festive season. Providing some bit of advice, it was noted that medicines being sold must have package insert, must not be prepackaged, and must be manufactured to be sold in Guyana's climatic zone. Additionally, it was noted that special attention needs to be paid when purchasing articles that are offered for sale at a significantly low or reduced price. As such, the department has been increasingly intercepting substandard articles of cosmetics, medical devices, and medicines on our local market. The Guyana Police Force's Office of Professional Responsibility on Sunday began a probe to determine whether 3 of its ranks can be deemed culpable in the death of 18-year-old Tonika Calder, a rape victim. Calder reportedly took her own life last Thursday, November 11th, moments after returning from the Covent John police station on the east coast of Demerara. On Tuesday, three investigating ranks, 2 males and a female, had invited caller to the police station to conduct an interview with her and the suspect. When she returned home that day, caller went straight to her room and closed the door, according to her mother. It is believed, however, that although caller took her own life, the ranks who conducted the interview with her might be the ones who caused her to take that action. Caller's relatives said that they believed that the ranks currently under investigation had conducted themselves in an unprofessional manner. We now tell you that a woman who found herself before the Sexual Offences Court for allegedly facilitating the rape of a minor has been found not guilty of the charge. Sherry-Ann Bashir was acquitted of the charge after she faced a trial before the judge and jury at the Surrey High Court in Essequibo. According to the indictment, which was presented by State Counsel Tiffany Lycan, Bashir, between November 11th and 12th, 2015, caused a 15-year-old girl to engage in sexual penetration with a third party, namely Nazim Paul. Bashir had pleaded not guilty to the charge before Justice Priya Sunarayan Bihari. President Ali has now charged Guyanese and foreign nationals living in the country to be vaccinated in the face of the new COVID-19 variant Omicron, which scientists say may be highly transmissible. While the infection rate of the new strain of the virus increases, Ali affirmed that the only way Guyana's population could be protected is through vaccination. President Ali assured there is no shortage of COVID vaccines in Guyana, as the government has been working around the clock to ensure vaccines are available for the country to reach herd immunity. He reiterated the statement of Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony that booster shots are available. And now for your COVID-19 update. The Ministry of Health yesterday reported that 5 unvaccinated persons who tested positive for COVID-19 have died. As a result of this, Guyana's COVID-19 death toll has moved to 992. 52 new cases were recorded, taking the total number of confirmed cases to 37,825. 15 patients in the ICU, 68 persons in institutional isolation, 1,371 in home isolation, and 3 in institutional quarantine. To date, a total of 35,379 persons have since recovered from the virus. We now turn your attention to page 7 of the Kaieteur News, Blunt. We have almost the same population, but now we must import fish and shrimp. In all the years when fish ain't running, Guyana never had to import fish. Today, we import fish, which ordinary Guyanese cannot afford to buy. Exxon says it's not oil-related. The PPP is saying nothing, doing absolutely nothing. Just like the $10 billion US in unaudited bills. Guyanese goose cook, or should we say, we fish fry. That's if we can get it. My name is Amrita Koshal, and this was your main newscast.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226